they at a red light, or they're just taking their
All right, let's go.
Light, and he's turning right on a red light after slowing down. So this is all good news. I mean, the fact, as you point out, Colleen, that he's not driving
MKRQ, welcome.
very erratically, not driving terribly fast, that is a great development here. It
Danger Tater, welcome.
Danger for people who happen to be walking or driving by through this area. If you live in this area, if it seems like it's kind of looks like a circle at this point. Looks like you might be circling an area, right? Olive Street, we keep seeing Sierra Way, Second Lane. So maybe this is an area that's familiar to the suspect. Maybe they're going to
this looks like it could be ending.
Maybe they're going to give up around here. We don't know.
Right, it doesn't look
all
great.
Find out together, I suppose.
Yeah, we always see, you know, every now and then when law enforcement can manage a pit maneuver.
Yo, Sasha
like Laruski,
what's up? Yo, MK, 63 months, that's crazy.
Sort of take one wrong
Bolthead,
move,
welcome.
Police will be
Bendo,
right there,
welcome.
ready to do a
Shinji,
pit
what's going
maneuver,
on?
Which are always kind of interesting to
Scotch,
see,
what's up? Queen
all the
B,
different
Tosk, what's
agencies,
up?
They're very well
XP.
versed because we do
Almost
have a lot of
69.
chases here in Southern California.
Yeah, when we
But
had
again,
69.
You can see that driver
Hopefully we
knows that they are being watched. They see it from above.
Hopefully we both live that
behind.
long. What's up, Jimmy
Certainly do
Opa?
not
Winnie,
want to
what's
be
up?
pulled over.
Okay.
But again, we do not know what type of weapon was brandished. We don't know if there is anybody else in the car, but we do know that police are not giving up on this. Sometimes they go into tracking mode.
Mm-hmm. Not in this instance. There's really not much need to, since the speeds are not crazy. The driving is not erratic. It is interesting. This it seems like the night sun is a new development. We saw earlier that the county sheriff, San Bernardino County Sheriff, was
60 months is 5 years. Yeah, I've been streaming for over 5 years.
An airship now putting that
What's up,
night
King
sun,
Ed?
that very bright spotlight on the
this is a
vehicle.
parking
So
lot?
I don't know
No,
if there's
okay.
been a change, perhaps, that another agency has their helicopter overhead, or whether it's San Bernardino County.
All right,
Sheriff
I'm going to
just
run this
decided
prediction.
to open up with the big spotlight there, but there has been that change, it seems, just in the last couple of minutes, because it was pretty dark before. Now they've got that light on.
Prediction
They're
up.
trying to keep the light on it.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to put some spike strips down too. You know, every now and then, if you were just saying they look like they are going in sort of a pattern of a circle. Maybe they're trying to gauge. Is this?
I have no points. Oh, this is another thing.
They're doing,
Yo, okay, I gotta say this real quick.
Kind of keep on taking the same surface streets, so they do have an opportunity to put a spike strip
5K
out.
points.
Again,
you can redeem this now. 5K points will get you snooze fighting stickers.
Except
just
the biggest
redeem
rule
the
of the
Twitch
road
5K points, and then DM me on Discord, and I will send you a form.
They haven't done that.
Going to collect the information I need, and then I'll send them out in a couple weeks.
Or so covering this, and before that,
Idris, what's up?
We're not sure
And
exactly
Charles, how
when
are
this
you?
started, but it has been some time, and all of it in San Bernardino County.
Most people saying yes here. Okay.
And it's in what's known as the East Valley, 9th Street and Pedley
Hey,
Road.
Mac, what's up? Stickers, yeah, Quinby, do it. 5K points. I got snooze fighting stickers.
Look at this. Keep your doors and windows
I'm gonna
locked.
send them to people.
We don't want any.
So I'm gonna wait a while. I got to get whatever. I'll have a whole list of
problems.
I got a form for people to fill out to put an address in.
Again, using his signals. So
yeah.
And driving, it looks like the person somewhat knows this area, because they just a moment ago we saw.
I'll send you a few of them. I've got a lot.
Pull through a parking lot and just kind of go right through and avoid surface streets just to try to take a shortcut. So it looks like this driver knows this area. I can see why that the law enforcement would use the night sun, because some of these streets look pretty dark. Mm-hmm. So I think it must be really helping the pursuing agency to get a better look to see if there are any bystanders, and maybe that's also helping if anyone is outside walking or riding their bikes or taking their animals or dogs for a walk. They see this happening and it's like, oh, you know what, let's turn around, let's go back to our house.
Let's turn around, let's go back.
Like you said, you have to lock your windows and doors, because we've seen many times where these pursuit suspects, they just stop, all of a sudden run out and find a house where they're going to, you know, go into one of the sort of side houses or their sheds, or try to get into the house or get into an apartment building. So it's always pretty tense for any
Suspect accused of brandishing a weapon. Unknown what they're wanted for. Started in San Bernardino.
Sunnyside Avenue and 6th Street.
There you go.
Narrow,
Selena, what's up?
Small street, as you can see.
Whimsical. What's going on?
And,
they accidentally spike stripped 5 squad cars.
A little. It makes
oh,
it
that's
hard
amazing.
to do a pit maneuver.
We watched a chase once where the cop ran over a spike strip
across the intersection. When you look at an area where you want to do a pit maneuver, You want it to be in a place where there's not going to be a lot of traffic. You want it to be in a place where the suspect's not going to possibly crash into a building or into a house. You want
It's
it to
going
be in
pretty
an area
damn slow for a pit
that
move.
there's not a great risk to the public, to the innocent people who are out there. So they have to be very careful about where they do it. The speeds have to be within a certain parameter. I'm not going to talk on air about what those parameters are because that's a fairly closely held item with police.
I think this is the only station that's on it right now.
They don't want to give any potential suspect the knowledge of when to expect a pit. But so there are certain things that they've got to observe in order to do that. But once you get kind of a pattern going, right, Colleen, when you see them going in a circular area, you can start seeing the possibility of at least a spike strip being employed.
I'm always amazed when we watch these pursuits. It's a very well choreographed crew of law enforcement.
Stickers, yeah, I should make a command.
They've done this before.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll make a command.
Some go,
good,
jockey in and out of
like
first position behind the vehicle. Again, this driver
Jimmy.
knows that they are being pursued.
Okay.
There is absolutely no doubt
Quinn B
about
redeemed
it.
All right, Quinn B, talk to me.
It is out here. I don't see a lot of street lamps, so you can see why the night
whoever
sun
redeemed,
is so
I'll send it to you. I don't
during
know.
This pursuit.
I don't care
But
where
again,
you live. We'll figure it out.
Law enforcement is not getting super close. They're not really upping that ante where they really bring these pursuits.
Years ago, someone hid in it.
Sort of a fever pitch sometimes.
Oh, and shot a cop.
Starts getting really erratic.
That makes sense. Shate, what's up?
You say it. The number one rule of thumb is when you see the lights and sirens behind you, you pull over. So we don't really know why this driver is refusing.
The details
to give
is this
up.
person brandished a weapon. We don't know what they're wanted for aside from that right now. We don't know a lot.
Who was that weapon shown? What kind of weapon is it? Those
the
are
news
still
people will proceed to
we're still trying to find out.
Yeah, I wonder if we can get a reading from Air 7 on the speed right now.
Mr. TM, what's up?
Has never been very, very high here, and I think the speed limit on the street is something like 45. I think I just saw a speed limit sign that it passed by. I don't think it's going much. Yeah, it's going 35 miles an hour. Thanks, Air 7, for letting us know that as we continue to,
watch this
pursuit, which began in
waving a sword out the window
with a report of a person brandishing a weapon, somebody in this vehicle brandishing a weapon. And the attempt by the San Bernardino police to
so this is the rundown of what's going on.
To pull them over has
They're giving you the latest here. This is all we know.
The terms
this is going to be
going on a pursuit and trying to evade the police.
Maybe
going very slowly right now, Mark. I'm wondering, is this person thinking, should I give up? Are they running out of gas?
Out of gas. There we go. That's on our freaking bingo
down,
card.
And you can see, the police are ready to get out. They keep opening their doors to possibly get out.
Yeah, they're ready.
Try to get this person to give up and surrender peacefully.
Is it a Toyota? I'm not sure.
You have two San Bernardino PD units in the lead. Right behind them, 2 units at least of the California Highway Patrol. That's a remnant from when this thing was on the freeway. Got off the freeway.
How is it unknown, but also show? Yeah, I don't know how they get such fragmented information, but whatever. What's up, Cineful?
Yeah, Colleen, this may be, maybe he's running out of gas because I can think of no other reason.
Because we didn't see any spike strip.
Clear Joker, what's up?
And
we are
watching
an extremely slow speed chase right now. I mean, really, is he running out? He's putting his arm out the window now,
in
right?
The front seat with moving there. I can't
still
tell if there's
moving.
someone in the back seat.
It's hard to
still
tell,
moving.
But there's definitely the driver there.
Yeah, zoom in on that.
And the vehicle just kind of puttering along, not moving.
Yeah, we've seen this plenty of times. It doesn't mean out of gas necessarily, but it does look like this if they are out of gas too.
Or
could be on the phone. We don't know. Could be talking to somebody on the phone through Bluetooth.
Right.
All the cars have them now. Yeah, so we don't know what's going to be happening here, but the car has come to a stop. This is on North Waterman Avenue at East 2nd Street.
Nope, not stopped. Scam.
No, you spoke too soon, Mark. So now this cat and mouse thing that's going to happen, we see this time and time again as well. But eventually, the person tends to give up. It seems like when they've decided they're going to give up, it's sort of a matter of time that they do end up giving up.
And we don't know at this point if the officers behind him are broadcasting or using loudspeakers to try to issue commands to the driver. That is something they typically do once the driver's out, but we don't know if they might be trying to reach that driver now while he's still in the vehicle.
Wife or mom talks sense into him. JT, you might be right. I mean, maybe he's using his Bluetooth talking on the phone right now. Like, what did this guy do? All right, Standoff, supposedly he brandished a weapon.
Right now, I think it looks like he has both hands on the steering wheel, which makes you believe that he can hear and understand what law enforcement are telling him to do.
It's a Toyota logo. Cars registered out of Oklahoma City. Charles says he's listening to the scanner. Oklahoma City.
That's not happening.
Why don't they block him in, Scott? That could.
Yeah,
if this guy's got a weapon.
Avenue and East 2nd Street. If we zoom
So
out
just
a
think
little
about
bit,
it for a
maybe we can see
second.
what
If they
sort of
block him
neighborhood
in,
or area
and this guy's
might
got a
be,
gun,
chain link
he
fence
gets out.
indicating
They
a
start shooting. We
vacant
got
lot
crossfire
there,
problems.
perhaps.
The cop's gonna shoot each
As
other,
we zoom
man.
out, so it
Oh,
looks
shit,
like it's
JT,
a
thank you.
Light commercial. Looks like
Oh,
looks
man,
like
thank you so much.
Some businesses there on either side of the road. So
YouTube
if you're gonna pick
channel
a place
member.
where this sort
Appreciate
of
it.
a showdown should
2
happen,
months.
this is a good place for it. There's not a lot of homes here. It looks like. Doesn't look like it's residential from what
Well, they
I
got
can
the-
tell
they
from,
got the
you
dog
know,
out here,
Air
too.
7's vantage point, about 800 feet up in the air. And that would be a good development. The vehicle is stopped again. You see officers out of their cars.
Yeah, you see they have their canine officer there. Many times they have to call a canine crew to come out, but they already have their canine
Cold Light,
officer
what's
there,
up?
which is obviously a
They got the
very
dog
useful-
ready.
Oh, look at the drone. There's a drone.
There's a drone.
There's a drone. They're using.
Yo,
a
that's
drone
not
right
on our
there. Look to
bingo
the
card.
front,
Yep.
right up above the car. They're using.
Yo,
this is a tactic
why do
that
they got
I
a
have not yet
drone?
seen employed, but this would be a way for them to assess.
Yo, KO, what's up?
What the situation is inside that car. Is the person armed? Are there other people in the car?
I wish we could get video of
Yeah,
that.
and this
It's
drone.
Fascinating to see. It's fascinating
What is the
to see
drone
this
gonna
taking
do,
place
though?
Right now.
Oh, what is this? Stop.
Yeah, this is a first for me. I'm sure it's been done before, but I've never seen it.
I've seen one
They've got
before.
that drone.
I've seen
It's
this one time
hovering
before.
Right next. I wonder if it's.
But
able
what
to,
they did in that chase, anyway, let's just watch. I'll tell you about that
broadcast
later.
out.
I know,
Got some-
'cause it looks like there's
commands.
a standoff, like a stare down
Right.
between the drone and the driver right now.
Yeah, it gives
That
them a
is
live
very
view. I
interesting
mean,
to
it looks
see.
in the car, right? I wish the guy
And
would shoot the drone. That'd be funny.
Those drones, I mean, that's a lifesaver right there. That's one of the most nerve-wracking
Gino, what's
things to
up?
happen for law enforcement, to pull over a vehicle. You never know what you are going to be encountering. when
This
you
chase
pull
may or
over
may
a
not be
driver.
over.
You
He
don't
could
know
start
what
driving
the
again.
situation is in law enforcement. Their lives are at risk almost every
Oh,
time
Big
they
Merle, what's
pull
up?
somebody over. And
Good to see you.
this is really helpful when you know that this is a
The
driver
drone
who
needs
did not
pepper
wanna
spray.
pull
Yeah, the
over,
drone needs to have,
may
like,
be armed
weapons.
with the and dangerous. We don't know exactly what the original want was on this suspect, but we do know that the suspect may have brandished a weapon, and law enforcement are very well aware of that.
And from what we can tell, I think the window's down.
Windows down.
Or at least partially down.
Yeah.
The drone is getting a real good look at the inside of the vehicle, at the suspect.
Girl, I think it's a man.
And they're lighting it up pretty good from the front. And yeah, this is an interesting way for officers now to get as much information about what's going on inside that car as possible without putting anyone's life in danger.
Yeah.
There is a canine unit, as you mentioned, that's
Yep,
This
the
guy
one-
is not getting out,
they're
though.
ready to use that if need be.
This
They don't
drone
wanna
is kind of
endanger the
menacing,
dog
though.
either
I mean,
if
if
they
you're
don't
if
have
you're
to.
sitting in the
That's why I
car
was
looking at
thinking
that
about
drone,
the situation with the drone, they're trying to protect all of their law enforcement right out there, and I think this is brilliant.
I'd
the
be
way they
annoyed as
use
hell by
this.
that drone. Get
And
outta
the
here, man.
suspect clearly is helping them by having their window down, because that suspect.
That's
look
a
how
cool
close
job.
it
Yeah,
is.
Jenny, you're
It's-
right.
It's obvious that they're using
Whoever's
the drone,
flying
and the
that drone's
suspect
got an
isn't
interesting
rolling
guy.
up their window right now.
Yeah. One wonders if they're able to communicate. I'd really, that's something I want to find out once we get to the end of this,
Right.
and after this is all over, in our future reporting
EMP.
on this
Man, I don't
incident,
think this drone has that kind of
whether,
capability.
this is a way
don't
that
think
they
it's
can
got
actually
any
communicate
weapons.
with the person through.
I mean,
a
maybe
drone.
that's
I
maybe
don't
that's
know.
the next
I know,
level.
and, you know, with law enforcement always, they have to
Yeah, it's a
debrief
pretty
after
small
any
drone.
sort of situation.
At least it looks like it
and,
from here.
This is one of those things that
Lee, what's
I'm not
up?
sure how many times they've used these drones.
Programmer
but
Jeff, what's up?
They are using it so accurately.
Thought it was Honda
that
or
their
Nissan.
drone
Yes,
operator
it's
certainly knows
Toyota,
what they're
right?
doing.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to see what's working and what's not working, in their opinion, with using this drone. Because to me and you, we're seeing it as a very helpful tool for law enforcement and for their canine to not have to jump right through that window. I mean,
They're
keep
experimenting with several
that
types
dog
of
safe
drones,
as
Charles
well.
says.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion.
4 more minutes, man. Toss gets over. I'm just giving him. I'm just saying, if he starts driving again,
and the sheriff's department,
then
civil liberties questions as to whether they were going to use it to spy on people, to use it for kind of mass gathering of information.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about the prediction.
Saying no, we want to use it really in tactical situations like this, where it's not about information gathering for future prosecution.
The drone battery's getting low. Yeah, do you have a drone, Mac? You do, right?
To just make sure that things are in a position where
Andy?
Once humans come into the situation and get close, they know what they're dealing with. So that has been kind of the argument and the counter-argument about the use of drones in law enforcement. This one clearly operated by either. We know of 2 agencies that are involved, the San Bernardino PD and the California Highway Patrol. And so far, though, no.
Maybe it's a local. Maybe it's a stringer.
No.
These stringers got drones? I don't know, man. I don't know. You probably get probably get arrested for that, but I don't know.
Interesting to see this.
They must have them, right? I didn't really think about that before. But the stringers got to have drones.
Looks like it. Now he's rolled it back down.
They should.
Some kind of erratic, behaviors.
Yeah.
Inconsistent, let's just say.
It's a lot of cop cars.
Right.
Really just wants to stay in that car and not get out. But when you, that would just scare me to look in my rear view mirror and see all of those police vehicles with their lights. And, I think most of the time that law enforcement, they have their weapons drawn. So it's
Yo, Chado, what's up? And
but
ALS,
I can
April,
also
thank
understand why
you.
the suspect probably is a little apprehensive to get out of the car, because when you see that
For the
show of law
sub, man,
enforcement,
how
it
many
is
months is this? Yo,
very
8 months.
intimidating.
Thank you.
But they have to figure out what they're going to do.
You're the best.
They do have a watch.
The
commander.
stringer would
They
get
do have
arrested,
somebody,
yeah.
Talking to them,
If they
telling
flew
them,
it that close, though,
how,
I don't know. There
how
might be
to best handle this. And it's always interesting when you see, San Bernardino police working with the California Highway Patrol. Obviously, they have 2 canines there. Now you're seeing another canine come out. But a lot of time you bring these.
They don't
canines
cover
just
the
to
front.
show
Yeah, they
them,
can't
just to
cover the
show,
front.
which
It just
is
doesn't really make
obviously
sense.
Just a tool in itself.
Sometimes they'll go up and
that
throw
you
a spike
have
strip
these,
in front of the vehicle.
other
So if they do,
four-legged officers.
actually,
There they go now.
they got an
brought in this
armored
tactical,
vehicle. Wow.
Vehicle now they've got them boxed
Okay.
in. That must mean they have a pretty reasonable belief that this person does not have a weapon or is not about to bring a weapon to bear against them. And the drone is still right there.
The drone is there. They got
He's got
a
at
freaking
least
bear
one arm
cat.
outside, one hand outside the window. The drone is still right there at eye level with the suspect. So they've got eyes on him from angles that ordinarily a human would not be able to get.
I guess I'll tell the story
later.
later.
That side angle there. They can look
I got
directly
stories.
at him.
What's the
and look
drone
at him
do?
very
I don't know.
closely.
Both hands, though.
I assume it's got a
Coming out
camera
there.
on it.
So obviously, this person is giving up, and it.
Are they giving up?
I mean,
Yeah,
they're not messing
got his
around,
hands out the
San
window now.
Bernardino. They brought that.
Yeah,
sort of
Gina's right.
specialized- I don't know
So
if that's one of those.
we don't usually
Bearcats
see
or,
these armored vehicles
what
because
kind of,
usually
armored vehicle
they'll be like,
it is,
"Oh,
but
the
they brought
Bearcat's
that
on the
out
way," and then
very
it'll have
quickly.
it will show
This
up
is
an
on
hour
North
later,
Longman
or it'll
Avenue,
never
East
show
2nd
up.
Street, just to
Like the person will
recap
get out
what
and give
we're-
up before it shows up.
dealing with here. The person behind the wheel of this vehicle is believed to have brandished a weapon somewhere in San Bernardino.
Roy, what's up? Hey guys, so there's the stickers.
Did not pull
If you want
over
stickers,
when,
redeem the
required
5K
to
channel
by San
points.
Bernardino Police.
5,000
They gave
channel
chase,
points. Redeem it.
with the assistance
Stickers,
of a
Sue's fighting
helicopter from the
stickers
San
for
Bernardino County
free.
Sheriff's Department, and with the assistance also of the California Highway Patrol. The pursuit was on
And
freeways.
then
We don't know
I'll give
which
you a
freeways
form,
yet,
a Google
but,
form.
it
Just
was
DM
on
me
the
on
freeway and then
Discord.
got off into this area.
Give you a Google
kind of
form.
Circled through this area a few times,
And you'll
ended
put in
up
your
here
address.
where
That'll
we
be it. I'll send
believe
it
the
to you in a couple
suspect may
weeks.
have run out of gas,
Okay, he's getting
and
out.
now looks like another positive development.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting out pretty slowly. Obviously, they don't want to. Both hands are up. They are surrendering.
If you said no, you won
We'll
the
see how
prediction. If
law
you said yes,
enforcement
you
are gonna
lost.
handle this because, of course, they're obviously giving this person some commands.
This did not last for
which we all-
15
it's
minutes. He
always
pulled over at like
interesting to
11
watch.
minutes.
Sometimes it's hard to hear those
So the
commands.
answer is
We've got
no.
our helicopter up above. There's at least one law enforcement
All right,
helicopter
Gina,
up above. Safe to
ALS,
say there's probably a
DM
couple of
me,
news,
or I'll
other
DM
news
you,
helicopters
whatever.
up above this. They make a lot of noise. The drones right there are just a few feet away. That makes noise. It's hard to hear. But luckily, it looks like he's hearing enough, and he's able to respond to their commands, and has finally gotten out, and is in a position where
This should count for chase time. No way,
here
Bones.
pretty quickly. You've got the canine unit is down
It's got to be driving. Because sometimes we have like 6 hours. I don't want to keep running predictions for hours
against this man who is surrendering
unless they're driving
peacefully at this point. He's not being combative. He is listening to their commands.
Second 4,000 points.
I'm sure they're telling him at this point to lay down on the ground.
Big win.
Looks
Where
like
your stickers at? GP, redeem the channel points.
As they are
I will send them
this
to you.
This is typical of a felony stop. We've seen this.
I don't know what it costs to send them there, but I'll do it.
Hundreds of
okay?
times over the years.
You've been watching forever. I'm going to send you some stickers.
This is all a very good sign. They're all going to rush in at
You already did? All right. I'll hit you up.
With some.
It's still very dangerous. So, you see this person down, and you see all these law enforcement officials there still trying to assess the best way to apprehend the suspect, because you still, if you hear that there's a possibility that this person is armed, that just takes
He's probably got like 100,000 channel points.
Another level for them.
How many channel points do you have, Gamerpool?
There with guns drawn, some pointing at the suspect, others pointing at the vehicle. Other officers.
$20 tip or 5 YouTube gifts.
So they're going to have him covered. They also have.
I don't know, man. I guess
the drone is there as well to give them real-time intelligence about what to expect once they get to him. But
so one time we saw a drone in a chase where it was like a long standoff, and this guy was sitting in his truck, and they had a drone
just like that
pull up in front of him, and the reason for that was the police wanted to sneak up and gas up his truck, like put gas in the truck. But every time, like they had tried to throw like cans of gas, and he'd taken them and thrown them out. So they just used the drone as actually like a distraction.
And again, it'll be very interesting to hear how San Bernardino Police and the California Highway Patrol.
176K. Wow.
They work with the media a lot. It would be
the Whippets guy. Yeah. So they used the drone in that one, and we were like, "What the hell are they doing with the drone?" And then all of a sudden we saw them sneak up.
See some of the video that they used, and that helps them to figure out
that tear gas,
they were safe enough to go in. Sometimes we see them have to use a shield, and so it.
Yeah, they didn't really need to use the Bearcat. I guess it was.
They're going to be doing the all clear.
Looks like it's pretty much, just judging by their body language, nobody's held up the code for 4 fingers as a signal to the helicopter that we're
it landed heads.
But they're pretty
okay,
close.
I get more money for the 20 tip, obviously, but whatever you want to do, I'm not going to.
The suspect is under arrest. Clearly, no one else in the vehicle. And,
I won't. I love either one.
That means this thing is pretty much over. This ended Waterman Avenue and East 2nd Street.
Nest is live, yeah, finally, right?
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Okay, so.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Intimidation,
so
they got the dog for intimidation, the drone, and the Bearcat.
The suspect is under arrest.
He saw that, he's like, I'm getting it.
Nobody was hurt.
Yeah, and the Bearcat must have been nearby, man. Usually they call for this thing and it takes forever. That's like a meme, a running joke around here.
Now, TikTok.
Call in the
closer
Bearcat.
to getting banned in the United States.
All right, screw TikTok. Okay, thanks everybody. Yo, Big Merle, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so the fur missile is the police dog. The Bearcat was useless. I guess. Yeah, maybe. Yo, Chato, thank you. Chato is a TikToker. And it'll be tragic if they get rid of TikTok, I guess. I don't think that'll happen. I don't know. Somehow I just don't feel like it'll happen. But yeah, TikTok banned me, so I'm kind of, I don't know. They can fuck off. They didn't like my content. But okay. Tip, there's the link. King Churrillo. Are you guys trying to tip? Do I need to stay around here for a minute? Yeah, Night Sun is a helicopter light. Ban X instead. Yeah, ban X instead. I use X all the time. Twitter or whatever. I use it all the freaking time. Need to get off of that thing. But it's part of my job too. Okay, anyway, guys. I appreciate everyone coming through. Fuck TikTok. Stay till the hype train. Is there a hype train? There is a hype train. Do I need to stay? Okay, maybe we'll stay. I guess you're right. Okay, so story time. What can I talk about? I was going to say something else. I was talking about the guy with the drone and the tear gas. Did you get banned for a death? No. Okay, we can talk about that. Okay, so actually, I was posting on TikTok. Like, I started doing that. I started making shorts, and my point was just to try and, my intention was only to promote my stream, just try to get some more people in the stream. And then my channel blew up really fast. And then, whenever I would have a video that would like go viral, like millions of views, I would start getting videos taken down and reported. So it just seemed like a matter of time. Like it was pretty obvious. And then one time I posted this video that really took off, and all of a sudden a lot of my old videos were being taken down, and at a certain point they will just like just perma-ban you, right? So I got perma-banned, and I was like appealing, whatever. They let me come back for a minute, and then like a couple days later, I got banned again. And I felt like maybe it was like people were like I would get a lot of attention on my channel, a lot of followers, and then maybe people would go and like just mass report my videos. And I don't know, it was like my videos would get taken down, and then I'd appeal that, and they would put the video back up. But then at some point, I just got so many of them taken down in like a few day period that I just got permabanned, and that was it. So that was like, I don't know, well over 2 years ago now. And I guess I could have just like started over, but I realized it's pointless, that I was eventually going to get banned no matter what. If I started a new TikTok account and started going off, I'd get banned for that one. And thankfully, my YouTube Shorts account kind of took off really around the same time, so I just decided to focus on that. Too much violence. Yeah, I mean, I was even trying to like censor my videos. Like I was really making effort. Every day I'd make a video and I'd be like, okay, can't do this one because it's a car crash. I just try to do anything that wasn't a car crash, like any type of violence. And I was doing that, and I was doing it really well, and they were still taking my videos down. And if you look at the terms of service on TikTok, you can't really post people committing crimes like felony in progress, which is every video I've ever posted. That is black and white against the terms of service. But of course, I would get a video taken down, I would appeal it, and then they would say okay, and they would let me bring it back, even though it's against the TOS, I guess. This is like very gray. There's no black and white here for TikTok. The short of the dude throwing the baby in the back. The one where it was like those two guys in Texas. That one? I remember that. It was because they thought you were a minor. Yeah, they thought I was a kid. Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah, that was a crazy chase. I actually streamed that chase when I was in a parking garage waiting for the Blackpink show. How did you manage to pull 65 million on that short? I don't know. I didn't do anything. It's all the algorithm, man. It decides if it's going to show it to 60 people or 65 million. I got a video right now that's actually taken off, so go watch it if you want, but it's going to have 1 million sometime in the next few days. The dude tries to jump the bridge. Yeah, the jump the bridge one, I got kind of lucky on that one. Yo, no way. Thank you. $20. No, JT. Okay, not JT. Okay, I don't know. All right, did JT trick us? All right, King Trio. What video is that? There's this video that I streamed one night, and this guy went and jumped off a bridge, and he didn't mean to. But anyway, that video has like, I don't know, 20 million views, something like that, right? It's on YouTube Shorts, but it's demonetized, of course. So, yeah, they make it tough to get. So, did you get paid for it? The 65 million one? Yes, I got paid for that. And the one with the guy jumping off the bridge, I got something for it, but like really, I could have made a lot of money on that one. But, demonetized. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you for the subs and the channel membership and the donations and the bits and all of it. Have a good rest of your night. If I go live again tonight, it's because there's another police chase. So come back and watch it with me.